What do you mean? Well, such a body is also in a similar disorder. And I had to sit down and think very carefully how I was going to break this to this person, because you see, there's such a body they were comparing themselves to is undergoing a company restructure. They already have staff, and they are now reassigning staff, reorganizing staff. They have given everybody a short break so they can sort things out. There is disorder, of course. They don't have anybody. Hey, Axel, how you doing, sister mine? It's so good to see you. This other person is undergoing restructuring. Faisal, good morning, bro. And yes, in doing restructuring, you will have to pull everything apart, strip everything, jumble everything before you are able to put order back in the chaos. The person has taken a wrecking ball to their building, and yes, when you hit with the wrecking ball, there is debris everywhere. But this person is comparing their debris, the chaos, which is not even from reorganizing nothing, just chaos because there's no structure. Hi, Tonya. And they are comparing it with somebody who has a structure. Mav, they have a structure and they are trying to reorganize this structure. They are restructuring. And I had to break it down to this person slowly. Listen, no, you are not in the same place. No. Because you see, this person, as much as they've disbanded teams, they've done whatever, they've got a website. Yeah, Greta, they have a website. They have a warehouse. They have an inventory. They have a distribution network. Although majority of the staff are now off, people can still order from their systems, and when people order, they will still ship. They have got that set up. Do you have a website? Nope. Do you have an inventory? Nope. Do you have anything in stock? Nope. Do you have a postal distribution system? Nope. Nope. And I'm like, okay, so what you mean is that you are busy comparing yourself to a revenue generating business, because that person, regardless of what they are doing now, is still revenue generating. They are generating revenue. They are revenue generating, and you are not. You are not in the same league as them. You cannot compare yourself to them. There is method in their madness. They are doing things in a structured way, systematically to get somewhere, and you are in chaos. You cannot compare yourself to them. Stephen, you cannot compare yourself to them. And you could see the shock on this person's face when I brought this up the first time. Shock, followed by anger. And I'm like, okay, throw the anger at me. I'm happy, Veron, I'll take it. I would take the anger if it helps you with realization, if it helps you to recognize what needs to be done. Good morning. Yeah. Person went off on a few, and then they went and did a business strategist consultation. Yeah, Rivers. Oh, Jackie. Some of you write your name the other way around. Jackie Clayton Rivers. How you doing? Yeah, Constance. The business consultant says go back to her. She's telling you what I've been telling you for a while and you didn't hear. At least when she told you you were mad, you had a reaction. Go back to her. Go talk to her. Let her hit you with reality so you can do things. Yes, you cannot look at people's systems and compare it with your systems without making some baselines. And the baseline is there method in your madness? When somebody looks at the chaos of your current business, can they at least see method? Can they see patterns? Do you have systems? Then you probably are okay to continue on whatever tangent you are on. If nobody can see any way that you can be earning, You have spent money polishing this, polishing that. Another person came to me recently. They had just signed a lease for an office. And I'm like, what for? Your product is not ready. Your service is not refined yet. So Sheila, what do you need a beautiful office for? Sweet Chloe, what do you need a beautiful office for? What your beautiful office is going to become is a money sink. You will need to pay rent for the office. You will need staff to sit in this beautiful office. Do you have any way of this staff making some revenue for you? No, then there's no need. There's no need. Well, but you know, most businesses, when they launch, they start with an office. Well, that was a flawed business model. It is one of the reasons why many of the startups didn't make it. The overlays were made too high when there was no income. There has to be method in your madness. There has to be method in your madness. Yeah. Rogers, how you doing? There has to be method in your madness. And if there is no method in your madness, then we do have a problem. Good morning, Amira. I realize that there is a method in a madness that I have bemoaned for a while. And as soon as I realize there is a method in it, there is a pattern, Cherie, that I can use. I call you Cherie, but you could also be Sherry. The spellings of all these names. Ooh. I know Sherrys who spell their names in interesting ways. Naomi, morning. And Florence, good morning. Is there method in your madness? That's all I'm asking. Is there method in your madness? Do you understand what you are doing? It may not have worked yet. That's not what I'm interested in. But do you understand what you are doing and why you are doing it? I'm going to stay in my job. I'm going to stay in my job. Okay, I get it. If you are going to stay in your job, and if you are going to take the income from your job, if you're going to apply that income, if you're going to take the money from this job, good morning, Amira, and you're going to use this money from this job, and you're going to use this money from this job to create systems for where you want to transition to, staying in that job is perfect. It makes a lot of sense. Me currently, I'm taking the money I can from where I am. I'm using some to pay for systems. I'm building systems slowly but surely. Glenda, I'm extending my business. I'm extending its influence. And for that reason, I can justify the staying to myself. I'm staying to extend. When I have extended to a certain point, I will need to sit down and assess whether staying continues to make sense. But I have friends who are staying and doing nothing with the income also. And they are hoping that staying will change something. A friend and I were talking. I'm like, well, I hate to break it to you, but your stay strategy is a trap. You'll be stuck here for a long time. Why? What? Because you are not creating nowhere else to go. You take the money, you spend the money, you take the money, you party with the money, you take the money. The money is doing nothing to build you nothing else. Nowhere else to go. You are stuck because you have nowhere else to go. No, you and I are not the same. You and I are not the same. I'm taking the money and I'm buying things. I'm building things. I am subscribing to software that will help me get to places. Staying in a fancy hotel with that money is very nice. for your lifestyle. But does that give you anywhere else to go, Eleanor? No, it does not. So I ask you this morning, especially now we are coming to the end of the first half of 2025, has there been method in your madness, or were you just a lunatic running around town? Have the things you have done in 2025 begun to create platforms of change for you? Have they? Or have you just carried on doing things? Some of you are busy for nothing. It's sad, but it's true. Busy for nothing. You haven't rested like the chillers, but you haven't done anything productive with the effort. In fact, you lose on both ways. At least the chillers, they got the lifestyle, they got the happiness from their chilling. They have not got any other benefit, but they never invested in anything else. So fine. It is those of us who work hard at nothing beneficial. It is those of us who don't sleep. We will hunch over things that won't go anywhere. We will spend hours and hours exploring things that are not worth exploring. And then at the end of the day, we will end up exactly the way those who didn't make a move end. And that is a travesty, really. It's a travesty. Sacrilegious, if you ask me. Because a person should not chill and end up at the same place you end up. If you are not chilling, you should at least benefit from some of the activity that you undertake. And that's why I'm asking this question this morning. Do you have method in your madness, or are you a lunatic running around town? Have you figured out what you ought to be doing, and are you on the way doing it? That was here. Do you know the investments and affordances required to change your life the way you want it to change? Do you? And are you on the way building those? If the answer is the affirmative to any of these, there is method to your madness. If you are just jumping from place to place, I have somebody from this Facebook who has been trying to build something since 2019. Jumping from course to course. Amma, I bought this $900. Amma, I bought this $1,200. Amma. And at some point I had to ask her, what are all these things for? You've been doing this more than 5 years. You haven't figured out a system. No, it's no longer viable to continue doing what you're doing. You should be able to invest those $900 and find out exactly what system you'll be building from that. The 1,200 should teach you something, and you should be able to use that 1,200 for something. There has to be a tangible out of it so that it makes sense. You cannot hop from course to course to program for 5 years and not know what you're going to build out of it. That's a waste of money. When I'm in that element to tell people these things, they think I'm mean. They think I'm heartless. But sometimes the truth has to be told clean, neat, straight, no ice cubes. Yeah. But this. Any bell? What do you want me to say? Apart from tell you the truth, that some of these things we do become money sinks. And yeah, without a system, you will create a money sink, which is unhelpful. There has to be a system in place in order for the money you invest to lead towards a viable outcome. That is what makes it worth the investment. Otherwise, it is a waste of your money. You are learning marketing, you are learning programming, you are learning Java, you are learning you are building Python. Okay, why are you learning Python? I asked a young man recently, why are you learning Python? You should learn Python because you want to go into development. If you understand what Python can do, and you have already got an idea of what you can use Python for, going to invest in learning Python makes sense because there is a tangible reason why you are learning Python. Going with Python just because everybody is Pythoning is foolish. You should know Python for the sake of it. No. Oh no. Oh, no. I know many young people who have learned programming and have programmed nothing. So the money spent learning how to program, waste of money. The time spent learning how to program, waste of time. Waste because there was no clarity around the structures, the method that was going to be used. There was no clarity. People were just doing it and you went right along and you did it. At the moment, the same thing with AI. I know how to turn pictures 360 degrees. Okay, good. What are those pictures going to be used for? You don't know. You do not know what these pictures are going to be used for. No. And you are just spending time learning them. If you are somebody who's got your act together and you are doing that, and some people can afford to do that, there are some people who can just learn things and hold it because they've got structures in place that keep them afloat for now. That's okay. For those people, this is luxury they can afford, so that's fine. It's not those people I'm talking about too. I'm talking about those of us who need progress yesterday. We needed it yesterday. We didn't have it yesterday. We certainly can't afford not to have it today. But we are busy wasting time learning how to flip pictures. Okay. Yeah. If I do this, it can move forward. It was the same thing with robotics. Learning to program these Lego things. Yeah, I got it to take 6 steps forwards and 3 to the left. Great. What are you using those skills for? When the robot moves 3 steps forward and 6 to the side, great. What is the plan? What are you going to program? What would you use a 6-step sideways and 3 forward to do? Do you have something in mind that you could use this thing you can do with the robot? Are you thinking of programming a robot for moving things and for doing stuff? If you were, then this is success. Khalifa, it's leading somewhere, so it is success. But you don't know where you are going to send this thing to. You don't know what you're going to do with it. You just spent hours getting the robots to move 3 to the left and 6 forward. What the hell for? If you can't answer the what the hell for, and you are one of those of us who needs to have income streams in order to foster survival, you are wasting valuable time. You are. Rich people, successful people, those Kumasi Commando, how are you doing? Those who know what they are doing, those who already have their act together, they can play. Somebody like Bill Gates can have hobbies. You cannot have hobbies, Kumasi Commando, if you are as broke as me. Carolyn Givens, you cannot, because all your time, all your effort should be channeled towards making money to keep your body and soul together. Your landlord is threatening eviction, and here you are learning how to get robots to move sideways and move 3 steps back. Really? When that is not serving no purpose, honey. No. You better get on Canva and learn how to do something tangible on Canva that you can use to try at least to make some money, to appease your landlord so you have a roof over your head. That is the priority. And for some of you, entrepreneurship is not time yet. You haven't got the skill, and based on that something, you will eat and you will have roof over your head. Yeah. So I ask again, Judith Watson, is there method in your madness? Do you know what you do in Des Morgan? Do you know what you're doing? Do you have everything set out? Do you know what you should do first? I will buy the factory and da. No. The first thing you need to do is get the money. Get the moolah. Get the money. Have the capital. When you have that in place, you can start building factories. You can start buying factories. You can start doing whatever else you do after the moolah is in place. So my method right now is to make sure that my children finish their education. And yeah, in order for the children to be able to finish their education, we need moolah, money. Their fees have to be paid. We need moolah. And yep, at the moment, the work I'm doing doesn't pay me at the rank that I am qualified and experienced for. People ask me, this lady was telling me last week, haram, you are still in a secondary school with a doctorate degree, haram. I'm like, maybe it's haram. On one level, it's haram. But for me and my systems and my methods right now, it is exactly what I need, because my children, haram, cannot not have an education. My children, haram, should not be exposed to no roof over their head. The Voice, how you doing? My children, haram, will require capital and should not experience the lack of capital because mama has let pride get in the way. Mama has let unsolicited advice get in my head. No. Mama needs to sit down and look at these situations very strategically and decide, hey, okay. Other people don't see it because other people are not living in my shoes. I'm wearing these shoes and I know where it pinches. It is me who needs to determine how I walk. I'm the only one who feels the pinch. So I am the one who determines how to walk. No, mama stays. Mama stays because mama's salary, no matter how little it is right now, is actually very, very critical in the process to establish my children. That salary is critical in paying for the tools and the systems that will break my business free. So yeah, mama is checking myself and checking my madness to see if there is a method in there. Yes, I can see myself with a method. My method is very simple. I am earning a salary to use to build what I want to escape to. I am silently building. At the moment, I am on TikTok. Those of you who haven't figured out that I am on TikTok. I'm trying to create a community on TikTok because that's where the traction seems to have moved to. So, until I have the TikTok platform that I am after, on top of what I have here, my business is probably going to be plateaued where it is right now. Is this the time to throw the towel in and go in appeasing my feelings? No. This is not the time. The time will come, but this is not it. How many people are here all of a sudden? Anyway, Isaac, good morning. Alright, what's happened? What has happened and why can we not suddenly find parking spots? I'm not late, anyway. We move. And I ask you my simple question again. Have you found the method in your madness? If you have found the method in your madness, then don't worry too much about justifying the madness. You're there too. How are you doing? I think yours is Idia too. The names are very similar, so sometimes in my zeal, I mix them all up. Forgive me. But yeah, when you know your method, stick to your madness and keep going. Until you know the method, check your madness. Until you know the method, check your madness. Sister Diana. So now I know my method. I'm checking my madness. I am moving forward with my head down until I have executed to a certain point. Anyway, Assalamu alaikum. May the peace of the Lord be with you. I've arrived at work. I'll see you at the end.